My father-in-law loves sports. He likes college sports particularly. He also loves to call games early. He's really funny because, at a certain point in the game, as early as possible, first quarter of a basketball game or something like that, he'll say, well, State's going to win it. That's it. Game's over. Nothing so's got it. Or if a particular team he thinks is better is pulling far ahead. But what I love to see, and what happens pretty often, is that he'll say, this team's going to make it. This team's going to win. And I'll see the other team, who may not technically be as good a team, right? Who maybe hasn't won as many games, who maybe isn't as popular. To see this scrappy little team struggle and fight and dig deep and pull forward and win the game anyway. And that always kind of makes him mad. But I love it. I love watching that happen because I have no favorites in the race, of course. And I'm just watching because I'm not a sports guy. But it's always interesting how early he'll call the game. Okay, well, that's what our national news media does for the primaries and for the elections. For the primaries is where it's most damaging. What they do is they try to call the game as early as they can. And so they make predictions. And those predictions become popular. And those popular predictions become pretty sure things, and then they become definite facts and foregone conclusions and assumptions. This can happen inside a week with absolutely no change in the actual facts of things, but because somebody at the beginning of the week started saying, oh, it's a two-man race, it's a two-man race, it's a two-man race, it's a two-man race, then by the end of the week, or 2 weeks, or whatever, everybody assumes that's the truth and reports the news as though that's a basic fact, when in actuality, it's not. Especially right now in the primary process. Because only 8% of the delegates have been awarded. 8%. That means that 92% of the votes have yet to be cast in terms of delegates. 92%. That's amazing. Nobody would call a game that early. Nobody would call an election that early. But the political pundits and the news media are rigging the game. And let me tell you how they do that. You see, unlike my father-in-law, like us, okay, like in the game, we're looking at a game where there are winners and losers, but the players on the field are not the candidates. They're you and I. We're the players on the field in an election because we control how the game goes, okay? We're the ones who ultimately decide who wins and loses in terms of playing the game. We play the game. The candidates, let's say, are like balls we're trying to get into our courts, okay? So, my ball may be Huckabee, your ball may be McCain, and my team's trying to get down the court or down the field, whatever, to get to the goal. The goal would be the nomination or votes in our state, okay? We're all players on the field. See, how we play decides how the game goes. And the commentators and the media people, they're not insiders. They're outsiders. They're watching the game on TV, just like my father-in-law. They're not involved with any of the candidates. They're not really involved in the political process. What they do is they listen to news feeds and wires, and they talk to people and interview people. They, with their own opinions and their own agendas, then assess that information and go about trying to be the top theorist of the day, the one who sets the tone. Okay? I mean, look at somebody like, what's his name? Sean Hannity. Look at somebody like Sean Hannity, who is, all this time hammering Huckabee, and then recently comes out he's a Romney supporter. Oh, shock of all shocks, right? So obviously his decision for who he's going to vote for has greatly affected how he characterized Mike Huckabee on his national TV and radio shows. Okay, same kind of thing happens all across the board. So here's what happens. We're on the field, in the game. The news media and the political pundits are watching on television. But we all have little earpieces in our ears while we're out on the court. And we can hear everything the news media and the pundits are saying. Now we can choose to turn the volume up or down or turn it off. But if we choose to listen to the person sitting in the chair trying to call the game as early as he can just to show off, then it's going to change the way we play the game, because it changes our psychology. It changes who we think is going to win. Here's how it goes. They say, oh, it's a two-man race. A vote for McCain is... no, a vote for Romney is a vote for McCain. No, a vote for Huckabee is a vote for McCain. I can't even get their rhetoric right. A vote for Huckabee is a vote for McCain. That's what they say. It's a two-man race. Okay, they say that, and they say that, and they say that. And what happens is, we think, oh, these people know. They're on the inside. They see the whole picture. They've got to know better than me. So, clearly I need to do something different than vote for Huckabee or vote for McCain or whatever it is you're wanting to do. In other words, they say how the race is going to go. Then I decide I need to vote accordingly because I want to be the best strategist for my party. So I want to vote for the person who's most likely to get elected. So they make predictions that influence the way we vote, and then shock of all shocks. Amazing. Look at that. The prediction came true. Why? Because they're brilliant and they foresaw it? No. Because we're playing the game with that earpiece in our ears. We need to turn that thing off, pull it out, throw it away, crush it underfoot. And we need to play the game for the game's sake. And we need to dig deep. We need to dig down. And we need to push. And we need to believe. And we need to play the best game we've ever played. For our candidates, whoever they may be. For me, it's for Huckabee. To make sure that we do our best job to win the game because we want to win, not because somebody tells us we should or shouldn't win, or whose team we should be playing on. So, here's the deal. Your vote is yours. No one can take it from you. It's your power as an American. And to concede it, to let it go, because of something you heard on the news about who's going to win, or what you think the best strategy is. Don't vote strategy. Vote for people. Vote for the right person, because it's more important that the right person gets in than that the right party gets in. So, that's it for this book.